RDR fam, how is everybody tonight? Hope everybody had a great day. Let's do a real quick recap of DR for today. Sticking to ES. Didn't really look at the NQ today and really only traded in the morning. But we'll talk about what our other opportunities that I saw in the afternoon. So let's go, let's hit it. All right, so range-wise, we had about a 20-point range for the DR, which is right in our sweet spot. Now, but notice that we had no gaps between IDR and the IDR low and the DR low. Literally, it was right around top of each other. So then we had a pretty good gap, about 5 points between maybe not five. Hold on, let's see what it was. Hold on, guys. I got to do this right. So let's see. We had that was 26, and that was 20. Let's go with 21. Let's go 21. So 5 points. Yeah, it was 5 points. All right. I was right the first time. Got to trust myself. All right. Like I always tell you guys, trust yourself. All right. So let's talk about what we saw today. Again, we start looking at the setup of DR. No bias here because we had that kind of movement, right? Where we're all looking for either this kind of movement that way or that kind of movement that way, not a up and down movement during the formation. So no bias set there. We tested we came down to the bottom, and because we have no gap there, it almost would look like we confirmed low, but we actually didn't. And then we go all the way back up, and then we confirm high on this candle right here. Okay, and so once we do that, we are looking for the retrace. And a lot of times we say, oh, this is too small of a retrace, but remember that's on our ladder, right? So once I get above and I come back below, my first order is right there on the in this case on the DR line, because that's the rung on the ladder that I'm above, okay? Because we're going higher. And so this required a bunch of patience, okay? Because this was at a little after 11 that we got picked up, and then we didn't actually get out of this trade until what time is that? About 11:45 maybe or so. All right, because that's the candle we got out of the trade on, and so we had to go through all of this stuff here, and then we finally went up and took the 5 points off of that candle, right? And so really it was basically literally a 5 point move. So this was 26 and we got it at 31, right? So really just a pure DR play. Okay, so that's one. Now, again, we're sticking with our rules. The next one says, all right, we're coming down again and we're testing that DR high again. All right, so we tested that. Where does our order go? Order goes right here on IDR. Okay, on the DR high, right? Because we're below it. We're going to move back up toward it. See? Okay, so when we do that, we get picked up again here, and we start moving up. And so this one got to 5 points here. I had moved my stop up to 10. Once we got around here, I moved we had our take profit up to 10. Once we got around here, I moved my stop loss to 5, right? So we had 5 locked in here. So no matter what, I was going to get 5 out of that trade, and then end up actually getting 10 out of that one. So came out at 36, right? So right up in here, or somewhere here, right up in there somewhere. All right. So again, we followed the rules. Simple. Okay. Didn't rush anything. We actually, again, got to have patience, because here's the deal, right? So if I'm on a trade on the DR line, like my stop is 5 points below that, right? That's my max stop. So in that case, that to me was literally right on the IDR line, because that was that was about 5 points below. Okay. So, and that's how so both of those trades had the same exact stop, had the same exact entry. This one, I just came out at 5, and this one, we had this candle moving up pretty well, and so I moved that up, my take profit up to 10, and then moved my stop up to 5. Okay, so it's just a matter of how you work the trade, right, and your risk tolerance on those. Now, if I had just gotten 5 out of that second trade, I'm good with that too, right? That's 10 points for the day. Nothing wrong with that, especially if I'm trading 2 contracts. I'm very comfortable with that one. All right, so that was kind of it for me today. Had meetings and stuff in the afternoon, so I really wasn't able to look at the chart much. Just took a glance when I got home. And what I saw was, right, here's our other opportunities that we could have used for DR, which I would have definitely gotten in on. All right, so once we have this move here, right, we consolidate for a while, right, and then right before like 130 or so, we end up with this move coming back down, and that means that we are doing what? We are testing that DR high again, right here. We test it again. All right, we come down, and so put my order on. So we tested it here. I put my order on, and hold on. So this is where my order would have went. I can't get my thing to work here. Okay, order would have went here and got picked up, and then I'm sure there's 5 points in here somewhere. Um, and they really gave us a lot of opportunities, right? So same thing again, right? So you think about it, we would have next trade would have been this one. Okay, come down, put your order on, take the pickup, another 5 points there, I'm sure. And then now we're at what, 3 o'clock? So now we're getting a little late in the day. But what could have done? This would have, yeah, probably not. Well, this one came down to DR low, IDR low, IDR high. I'm sorry, man. Shoot, get my things right here. And this one would have been about another 5-pointer. So afternoon we had 1, 2, 3. Very, very easy, very conservative trades that we could have taken just off of retesting that DR high, and in this case, testing that IDR high. All right. So if I count today just based off of this, we're going 1 and 2 here. So 3, 4, so 5 trades we could have had today, each with a minimum of 5 points. Really no stress, no drawdown that I'm looking at. Nowhere close to my stop loss. In this case, I've probably been down here somewhere. So nowhere close to my stop losses. And so, if you can do this, during the day, then, life is good. Okay. Now, somebody did ask me like, well, how do you, I don't have time to watch this all day, or, I can jump in when I need to, but I can't just sit there and watch the chart. Okay. I'm going to say it again, please, for everybody, use the alerts. TradingView has a great alert system. You can tell it to alert you when things are going, when something crosses, right? You can say, hey, when, matter of fact, let me show you. Let me just show you real quick. Okay. No, I want to make this quick, but this is actually important because I might not be able to do it. Let's see if I can. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Right. So let's say I want to add an alert here. I can say, okay, add an alert, right? And now I have an alert there. I can go in and update that alert. I might let me do it, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I can say when it's crossing. I can say when it's crossing up, when it's crossing down. So I can be very specific about when I want it to notify me. So I'm not wasting time, seeing a bunch of alerts. Okay. Or I can say do it every time that happens. All right. So if I would have had that one alert set, every time that would have crossed, it would have crossed up, or actually I would have crossed down, right, for that trade. Then I could have actually just said, okay, let me pay attention now so I can see what it's going to do, right? So instead of me watching this all day, I could have been alerted at whatever time that is, so 10, 11 o'clock, right around 12 or so, and then I can be alerted at 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, and then finally like 3:10. All right, those were where my alerts would have went off. And then I could have just looked at it and say, okay, let me put my order on because I know I'm going below right now. All these went below. Put my order on, let it see what it does. Okay, so just something else to add. And let's see, I always talk about using the alerts. And a lot of us don't do that. We like to watch the price action. That's a lot of times I call it my set and forget it trade because, the way I look at it is I'm going to either make profit or I'm going to lose 5 points. I'm going to make minimum 5, I'm going to lose 5, right? And that cancels each other out to me because I know I'm going to make 5 at least somewhere else. Okay, because I have that much confidence in my strategy. So, you follow your own rules and do your own risk management. But I just know mine allows me to do that because a lot of times I don't have time to watch the charts during the day. Not that much. I can sneak here and there and jump in one. So when that alert goes off, it goes off and it also goes off my phone. So even if I'm not looking at a chart, I can automatically know that I need to go in and start looking and see what's happening. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. again, follow your rules, stick to your plan, do your thing, and don't let anybody else tell you how to do your trades, because it's your money and it's your livelihood of how you want to do this. All right. So anyway, God bless. Hug on your loved ones. You never know when you'll be able to do it again, so take advantage of it. Y'all have a great night. And tomorrow's Friday. Oh, this week went by actually pretty quickly. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But God bless, and have a good night.